Hello, I'm James Langford, and this is Lesson 7 of a Success Program. So what's a budget? A budget is a money management plan for a period of time. Basically, when you make a budget, you plan out ahead what you're going to do with your money. Basically, save it, spend it, give it away, or pay taxes. People usually make a budget for a certain period of time, a week, a month, or some other time frame. So, if you ask the average person if they thought budgets were a good idea, they'd probably say yes. If you ask the very same person if they actually had a budget, they would probably say no. My personal theory for this is that most people don't really know why budgets are important. Many people see budgets as something that trap them. They fear that if they go on a budget, they won't be able to have fun anymore. That is really dumb. In reality, budgets give you the freedom to manage your money exactly the way you want to. If you're just spending and saving at random, you're likely not on target to actually achieve the things that are most important to you. But if you're on a budget, you'll be able to manage your money in a way that will enable you to achieve your short and long-term goals. Budget does not mean spending less. Budget means spending on the things that are most important to you. Let's run through a few examples here. Let's say you want to go to the movies on Friday night, but you're not on a budget. You end up spending your movie money before Friday night. Too bad for you. With the budget, you know that you need to keep your spending money until Friday. That way, you're able to go see the movie. So with and without the budget, you still spend the exact same amount of money, but you're able to spend it on the thing that's most important. So maybe you're like me, and one of your life goals is to visit Hawaii someday. If you're not on a budget, you end up blowing the Hawaii money on things that just aren't that important. However, if you're on a budget, you'll be heading straight to Hawaii. Yeehaw! By the way, if you really are living so far beyond your means that going on a budget would seriously curtail your fun, in the long run you'll have a lot more fun by staying out of bankruptcy court. To say that all in a different way, you only have a limited amount of money. With the budget, you're able to spend that money exactly the way you want to. Without a budget, your spending is probably going to be random and will not reflect the way you would have most liked to spend the money. So how do you make a budget? The basic formula of your budget should be income minus spending equals saving. So to make a budget, grab a piece of paper. At the very top, write down the amount of money that you expect to make in the coming week or month. Then, get out your savings game plan. Subtract the amount of money that you plan to save from your income. What's left, you get to decide how to best spend. Keep in mind that you might have to do some serious brainstorming in order to pull this off. And finally, it's not that important to get it perfect the first time. What matters is that every week or month, you make another budget, make it accurate as you can, and you live by it. That's the nuts and bolts of it. To review what we just went over, when you make a budget, you should subtract your saving from your income, with the difference being your spending. It's simple.
That was easy.
That was easy. Now, how should you format your budget? Most people like to format their budget using categories. If you do it this way, your budget's going to look prettier, and it's going to be easier to use. For example, you can put all your food purchases in a food category, all your movie-related expenses in an entertainment category, and all the money you spend on school books, pens, erasers, etc. in a school category. As you get older, the number of categories in your budget will increase. By the time you're an adult, your budget can include all of the following categories: automobile, childcare, charity, clothing, discretionary, education, food, gifts, healthcare, home maintenance and improvement, insurance, leisure and entertainment, utilities, and vacation. Every general area that you spend money in deserves a category. But 10% of the money that you plan to spend in a category called discretionary. Now, if something were to come up during the middle of the week, you could be short money. But if you have this category, you'll be covered. The way it works is that the money in this category, you get to decide how to spend as the week goes on. So, if something comes up, or you just want to make an impulse purchase, that's okay, as long as you don't spend more money than you have in the discretionary column. Watch for the difference between fixed and variable expenses. Variable expenses change from month to month. Fixed expenses, on the other hand, are the same every single month. An example of this would be a loan payment. Now, Usually only adults have to deal with fixed expenses, but be aware that if you're trying to cut down a budget, it can be really difficult to cut down fixed expenses. Also, watch out for taxes. Once you start making enough money, you have to start paying some of it to the government in the form of income tax. Another thing to watch out for is sales tax. Figure out what a local sales tax rate is, and you multiply that by the cost of what you're purchasing, and that's the final total cost. For example, in Indiana, the sales tax rate is 7%, so a meal off the dollar menu really costs $1.07. Once you have a budget, start tracking your expenses. If you find that you consistently spend $15 a month on food when you only budgeted for $10, go back, change that to $15, and take $5 out from someplace else in your budget. Once you have a budget, track your expenses for a while. If you find that you consistently spend $15 on food when you only budgeted $10 for that, just go back, change that to $15, and eliminate $5 from someplace else in your budget. In conclusion, a budget is a money management plan. The basic form of a budget should be income minus saving equals spending. Today's activity is to make a budget. Now that you know how to do it shouldn't be that hard. We have a worksheet for you. You can just start filling it in. I'm James Langford. Thanks for watching.